Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Do you use that expression, or have you heard people say that expression? What we're talking about is people's energy levels, or your energy level as you're projecting it. What I'm talking about right now is something called your chakras. These are 7 energy systems that are in your body, and they run from the base of your spine to the crown of your head. The bottom one is your root chakra. Then you have your sacral chakra. Then you have your solar plexus. Then you have your heart chakra. Then you have your throat. And then you have your third eye, and you have your crown. All these energy systems, they connect to your body and they relate to your emotions in various ways. Right now, what I want to talk to you about is your sacral chakra, which is the second chakra, and it's the center of your emotions, your creativity, your sexuality, your desire, your instinctual behavior, and it's located just below the navel button, and it's connected to your kidneys, your bladder, and your reproductive organs. These chakras, they operate through the sacral chakra operates through your instinctual mind. These are like automatic responses, and they're shaped largely by your early childhood experiences, your relationships, your unresolved emotional pain. When your chakra is unhealed, people tend to react instead of respond, struggle with shame, guilt, fear, anger, abandonment issues, addictions, unhealthy relationships, and patterns. My name is Mark, aka Create Lifestyle, and I help people break out of the matrix so that they can experience freedom, abundance, peace of mind while leaving a powerful legacy. This matrix thing, in my estimation, is just a mental trap of all these values and patterns that just been passed on to us. We didn't choose them. So we're just trapped in our own types of behaviors. And the way to get out of this stuff is to understand what this all is about. And then it helps us see the illusion, and therefore it will help us get out. This sacral chakra, it gets blocked through your childhood trauma. We were beginning to be programmed at an early age while we were in our mother's wombs, and all the way up through childhood, up to about the age of 7. And these programs, we're running on these programs today. It's similar to a computer in that when the software is installed, the computer does what the software tells it to do. And it's the same thing with our bodies. So this childhood trauma, emotional neglect, dysfunctional relationships, sexual wounds, some suppressed emotions, addictions, this is all unresolved trauma that you're dealing with. You ever get cut off in traffic and lose it? That's unresolved trauma. But a lot of times we do things and we don't know why we do them. So this is a big part of it. So healing this sacral chakra, it requires emotional awareness, healing of your inner child. You know, I never even heard of the inner child until about 5 years ago, and having a general understanding of what I'm talking about. But addressing your addictions are infinite. You could be addicted to all kinds of things. Most people think of like drugs, alcohol, sex, shopping, food. But you could just be addicted to working. You could be addicted to making money. You could just be addicted. And all this stuff comes through your sacral chakra. And once we repair these relationship wounds and we learn how to feel our emotions without suppressing them, that's when we can really begin to heal. You hear a lot today about people are unhealed. I don't know, do you hear that? But a lot of people are walking around unhealed. A vast majority of a society. And that's where all this pain and all this negative emotions is coming from, being reflected and oppressed on everyone. So your sacral chakra, it's difficult, but it's essential to work with this, because if you don't heal your emotional body, you can't get to higher levels of consciousness. Waking up. You hear a lot about he's woke, wake up. But the way I see woke, it's just understanding your spiritual realm or the conscious realm. If I'm making any sense to you, like this, share this, subscribe, all those things. So that's the chakra, the sacral chakra in a nutshell. But if you keep reacting emotionally instead of responding consciously, this is the reason why. You know, your human body, it's not just physical, it's energetic. Your sacral chakra is your second energy center. As I mentioned, it governs emotions, creativity, sexuality, desire, instincts, reactions. It runs your emotional operating system. So, you know, it gets wired into you through your childhood experience with your parents, your siblings, who the people you were around when you grew up. These create emotional blueprints. It determines how you love, how you fight, how you attach, how you react. It's fascinating. Now, you can begin to heal this by developing emotional awareness. Notice how you feel in real time. You have to also begin to heal your inner child. How do you do this? You have to build a loving relationship with yourself. I used to take a mirror and I'd put a picture on it of myself as a child, and I would talk to it. And I had some breakthroughs doing that. Once you master your emotions, you can really create some freedom. Now, this chakra is difficult to master because it requires facing your emotional pains. You can't skip this. So this is important. The big takeaway is, like, you can't awaken by escaping your emotions. You awaken by mastering it. You heal your sacral chakra. Your relationships start to change. And then when your relationships change, you change your life. You can break out of this matrix. So if you know somebody that's struggling on this level, again, like this, share this with them and subscribe and continue to follow me, because we're going to break out of this matrix together. Just remember, the only way out is in. So share, subscribe. Remember, peace, one love, and control your destiny.